Hey guys, and how's it going? Got another video today on the 1968 John Deere 112. If you guys don't remember, in the last video we rewired a few things and got the thing to run a little bit. We had to rewire it over to a Kohler motor because I had it wired up for a Tecumseh motor. And then we had a fuel leak. We had fuel leaking out right there, and we had fuel leaking out the carburetor for some reason. I think our needle might be shot. It's either that or the float, so I'm trying to make the video beginnings a little bit shorter because I tend to drag them on forever. So let's go on ahead and dig right into this thing and see if we can figure out what's going on. I'll get you guys put in the stand and that'll be that. Okay, let's go on ahead and diagnose this thing and see what's going on. I want to try and put some feel to it and see if it'll start leaking again. You gotta have it running though because it's got a fuel pump on it. We could run it straight to the inlet. I also want to see if this is leaking still or... Let's open, let's see. I know this has gas in it still. I don't see any gas leaking out just yet. I know once I start turning it over it will. Let's see, ready? Let's take a look and see if she's leaking. No, I think it just might have run out of gas. Didn't take any choke to get that thing to run. I'm kind of surprised. Already leaking. I don't see nothing yet. Got a little bit of oil burning off. Yeah, I see it. Right around that. There. I think we got a bad gasket. Want to try and see if it'll drive? I'll film it in case if it dies. something down there does. That seat needs to move back also. I was kind of hesitant on leaving it running. I was kind of hesitant on shutting it off too, because I didn't know if it'd start back up, but it also sounded like it was being choked. It's getting a little too much gas is what it sounds like to me. So it runs at least. Grab a flathead screwdriver or something to try adjusting that car. The belt seems like it's a little bit loose, because it's not turning it over. When I say turning it over, it's not turning. It looks like don't look like it's slipping, but it just looks like it doesn't have enough tension. So what we might have to end up doing is we might possibly have to adjust that variator again, or the motor needs to move up some. Keep in mind, this isn't a Tecumseh anymore, this is a Kohler. But now we got it at 2.5. This needs to go 2.25. See if we can get it to cooperate. That's a lot more than 2.25. There we go. Let's try that. Let's see if it runs any better. I'm kind of surprised we didn't have to choke it at all. Ready? I think that idle circuit might be plugged. Something about it just is not right, and also that's leaking again. I do notice the dipstick tube keeps popping out. That's weird. Unless this is just bad. Motor doesn't vibrate very much. I'm starting to wonder if it needs to move up a little bit. Unless that variator needs, because you can have the variator out all the way and it still doesn't grab it. So I'm starting to wonder. Keep in mind, this is a bigger motor than that Tecumseh, and I think this is set back a little bit further than the one on the Tecumsehs are. But it seems kind of interesting now that it's not turning it over. I don't know what to tell you on that, but I find that kind of weird. I'm wondering, although this belt does seem kind of like it needs to be replaced. Well, we may end up just having to replace that belt, I guess. Maybe I might have another one around here somewhere. I think that's what I might do, is just throw another belt on it and see if that works. Instead of trying to think of what I want to do. I know the carburetor needs cleaned, that's for sure. I did not expect that. I didn't expect it not to want to drive. That's kind of surprising. Belt seems pretty loose. Tighten that back down and see how tight it is. Now let's see how tight this is. Oh, it's tight enough to turn over the engine. I wonder why it's not. Yeah, it's wanting to go. Is this covered in oil? No. I ain't covered in oil. It's really weird. Let's see if it'll turn over. No, it won't. It's really weird. I don't know. That seems interesting. It appears the motor, I can't tell because of this car, might need to move this way, so I can't tell. I think we may have to do some adjustments to this guy. Although, that's our problem right there. Let me run back into the Horde real quick and see if that 71 around back, what it's got set up for that mule drive. Because there is just something not right about that mule drive and I cannot figure it out. So I will be right back. So I did some looking at that 71 and it has a smaller mule drive bolt apparently than this one does. So we may end up having to pull that mule drive bolt out of there and swapping it with that one. We'll have to see. Let me do some looking around here fast and see. I'm hoping I won't have to pull that motor out in order to change it, but we might have to. You never know. I'm going to let this cool down for a little while. We may end up just going ahead and replacing or taking that carburetor off and cleaning it right now while we've got this. But we'll see. We may end up just going around back now and pulling that mule drive bolt off. I don't know. We'll see. Ran around back and grabbed that other bolt that we needed. This is it right here. You can see the bolt. The nut on here is a lot smaller than that nut is. So, let's see. They look about the same, all except for this one's just a little bit smaller. We'll see. Let me take a look at the patio here quick and see if it's the same way. I think I can go on ahead and say they both look a lot better than they did when they first came out. It's just a matter of which one do I want to use. I think we'll use this one right here. This one right here threaded a little bit better. And I think it's the one for this tractor. We'll find out though. swap these over. They're both the exact same, so I mean, there's no difference I'm aware of. Yeah, see that thread's on there nice. I think we'll use this one. Let me grab my bucket of grease. We'll bring it on over here and we'll grease this up and we'll put it in there. Okay, you guys, I went over there and I cleaned this out right here because it was all covered in, it was full of grease and messy, so I cleaned it out. I also went over there and I replaced this pulley because it was stiff before. Now hopefully it'll be a little bit better than it was. So what I think we need to do now is we need to hook that spring back up to the mule drive. Kind of debating on whether I want to put this back in here or not because I really don't need it. I don't know if I'm going to be mowing with this or not. I'm sure though, time will tell. So let's leave it out for now and we'll see if we end up needing it or not. I would say that's probably the only thing that we were hitting on. We could go on ahead and move the motor back. Well, let's just leave it out until we get the motor positioned where we want it, and then we'll, damn it, then we'll go on that. I forgot that was on. Then we'll go about it once we get that situated and figured out. Till then, let me go on ahead and I'll loosen that little, I'll loosen up the motor. We'll get it moved where we need it and go from there. Taking a look at this on the 71, this is the one that I was telling you guys about. And this is the same way as ours is. Right there, as you can see, there's no spottable difference, all except for I see that this one has another hole drilled here, which I didn't do. And I'm wondering if that's what our problem is. I just forgot to put a hole there. I have two mounting holes on mine. I don't have a hole drilled right here. I bet this is where the linkages come up through. You know what? Let's pull that motor back out. Let's go take a look at that patio, because that's the exact same way as the 68 is, and it's going to be getting the exact same treatment. Let's go on ahead up there. We'll take a look at it. We'll see what all lines up to what on this frame. We're up here taking a look on the patio to see how its frame is set up. You can see it's got the two back in the back, but it's only got one up in the front. I guess that might be our issue as to why we're having all sorts of trouble with that one on the 68. We're probably gonna have to do it on this one too. And it's got a hole right there for the choke and throttle cable to come out. This doesn't. Well, damn. What we could do, well, I don't know. We'll see. What do you guys think we should do? I'm starting to lean towards I'm starting to lean towards just getting another Tecumseh to put back in here and just put it back the way it was and leave it alone. I don't know what I want to do with it yet. It's kind of wonder. Yeah, see, we need to put a hole or something down there for these cables to come through, or at least just this one. And we also may end up chopping that hole that we put in there a little bit bigger. That might actually do for our cables instead of putting that hole up in the front. We will see. Well, I think we're going to go on ahead and pull the motor. We might as well go on ahead and just pull that carburetor off now and do that. Here's the plan. We're going to pull the engine out. We're going to put that other mule drive bolt. We're going to put that belt mule drive back on and go from there. I am also considering, I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the choke throttle linkage, and also trying to figure out what the deal is with that belt. I think that belt might just be wore out looking at it. Well, I don't know. Think of what I want to do here for a little while, and also while I'm thinking, I'm going to get that carburetor pulled off there, put in the ultrasonic cleaner, and put back on. So let me go on ahead and get into that, and then once I decide what I want to do, I'll come back and we'll do it. Alright? Okay, you guys, I did some looking around in the Horde. It's a day later. We got that carburetor cleaned for the 68, and I was doing some looking around, and I remembered I had this. This is my if you guys don't remember this tractor, this is that 212, the Parts Donor 212 I bought for the 212 I used to have that I sold, and I still have this around. And I remembered I had one of these mounts. This is actually the mount I need for the 68. Here's what I'm thinking. These are the holes for that motor. We're gonna bolt that motor down, and this oil, we're not gonna bolt the motor. We're gonna take this pan out of here and we're gonna put it on the 68. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? And then we're gonna take these two holes are already where they need to be, but we're going to drill them out, and then we're going to have holes where we need to be in that frame. So do you guys have the idea yet? Because this flat bottom Kohler, well, this is an earlier style Kohler. That's an earlier tractor. This I think is a 75, maybe a 76, but that is the earlier style. Now the later style, like the 216 and the 212 I used to have, had two different engine mounts. And on the 216s, the engine mounts on these were known to break. So keep an eye out on these 216s. But the way it is it's a two-piece setup. It's similar to this, all except for instead of being welded together, it's two different pieces, because on the later style engines, the 73 is this same way, but the 216 is the 86, and the 212 was an 86 also, so they were the exact same. But they had a two-piece engine cradle, where this is a one-piece engine cradle. Their bolts, they had bolts on the outside of the block instead of inside the oil pan. Theirs were attached to the block. These earlier ones are attached to the pan. They're in the pan, so that's what holds down the motor. And then on the later ones like that, I don't know if you'd be able to see them or not, but they're on the outside of the block. I think I have one upstairs, actually, I could show you guys on. I do have a two-piece cradle somewhere around here, but that's what I was thinking. We'll bolt them two back holes down, then we'll drill out front holes for it. You will be seeing this tractor again here in a later video along with the 216. We're having some more trouble with it and we need to address, so stay tuned. That's what we're going to do. Carburetor for the 68 is all cleaned up and ready to go. I have not done anything else to it other than what you guys saw yesterday and cleaning the carb. I did loosen the motor up though, and I did try moving it around a little bit to see if I could get it onto them back holes, and I failed at it. So we're going to pull the motor. We're going to drill that hole. We're going to drill those holes out like I was talking about. I think the belt on here is shot. Looking at it, I will show you why. Take a good look and tell me what you guys think. Do you think this belt's still good? Because I don't. So we may end up replacing that front belt. I'm thinking the variator might need to be adjusted. That might be our next step before we replace the belt. But again, I'm not giving it too much hope. It's probably, it was a Tecumseh, which switched over to a Kohler. I'm not quite sure what the differences are between the Tecumsehs and Kohlers. I know the Kohlers are a better and bigger motor than the Tecumsehs are, but we'll see. I have heard that these 10 horse, I think this is either a 10 horse or a 12 horse Kohler. I've heard the 10 horse Kohlers though don't have very much power compared to the 12 horses and the 14 and 16 horses, so hopefully we get lucky with this one. We might not. I had someone say do not run ethanol gas in these metal fuel tanks. I'm not sure if he meant E85 or gas with ethanol in it at all. I run 87 octane. I run high test gas in these because that's the vehicles that we have now. They told us to run high test gas in. I've ran other gas in these and they don't run as good as they do on high test gas. So I run them on high tests and they seem to do pretty good on that. So we're dragging on to 5 minutes. I gotta start making my videos shorter. So let's go on ahead. No more talking, but we'll just get right into this thing. I'm gonna pull the engine mounting bracket out. I may end up pulling these rubbers off too. I do need to pull this tractor apart still. It is on the agenda to rip this thing apart and part it. So for right now it's still together, but hopefully here soon it won't be. Let me get into it and then we will do the engine cradle. I think I found our first issue right here. These mount into the, well, we might be able to get them off. We'll see. I'm not going to video it. I know you guys probably don't want to see this come out of here. It's pretty simple. So with the magic of editing, don't touch that, it's hot. What the? Where'd the mount go? I guess I must have edited it out, because there it is right there. So as I was saying, with the magic of editing and the help of my angry assistant, we managed to get it out. My assistant does not appear to like bolts that do not want to come loose. So he solved the problem for me. He owes me a new seat pan though, because as you can see, he scratched mine up. So we managed to get this out of here. As you all can see, it's in one piece. So what we are going to do now is I'm hoping that with the magic of editing, the engine is out of the 68 by the time I get over there. So let's go on ahead and see if our wish came true or not. No, it appears it's not. Well, let's fix that. There we go, we fixed the problem. Okay, so I went over there and I grabbed my engine mount. Let's go on ahead and put this thing in here. Now my question is, will it fit in here with all this stuff here still? I think it will. Maybe not. Shit. Well, we may have to do some surgical work to get this to work. For anybody wondering, no, I'm not going to cut it out so that this will fit. Well, if that would work, then we could do that. Let me think about what I want to do here for a second. So I just had an idea go through my head, and I was sitting here thinking about it. What if we use this and we cut this out of here and we just use this engine mount? We'll cut a little bit back and a little bit back over here like it is on the 210 or the 212 and the 216 and everything else, and bolt this down to here. What do you guys think? Well, I don't think we could do it because the grill goes right here. That's the only issue I have. Other than that, we might be able to do it. No, I don't plan on doing it for anybody who asks. But it was an idea, so I'm thinking right now. Let me go look and see if I have one of those two-piece engine mounts and see if those bolts line up or not. Ran upstairs and I grabbed one of those little two-piece cradles I was telling you about, just for shits and giggles. Let's see if it'll fit in here or not, or if it'll line up. It just lines right up to those two bolt holes. So I guess not. We're gonna have to try something different. Here's that two-piece engine cradle I was telling you guys about. As you can see, it's split down the middle. I think I'm holding them backwards. This right here is how it would be, and then on the side of the block right here and here would be holes that go into there that fold out of it right there. As you can see, that's how it would be. And I don't have any way of getting the other one in there. Let me go turn the radio down here quick. So like I was saying, those holes in that two-piece mount bolt right up to the holes for the Tecumseh motor. So that's not going to work for what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is line it up for a Kohler. Which is comfortably relaxing right there in my chair. So what I'm thinking about doing with it, you know what we should do? We got to go on ahead and put the mule drive back in it while we've got it sitting here without a motor. We could measure how far up they are. I think it's right about here somewhere, I think. Mark them out and drill them, but let me do some messing around here quick. I hate to end up chopping that engine mount up, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I don't plan on doing it, but we'll see. Okay, you guys, it is actually a few days later. I'm not quite sure how many days later it is, but I've been doing some work on this frame and this engine. I pulled this carburetor off and I ended up cleaning it up, put it in the ultrasonic cleaner and just let it go for about an hour. And I think I pulled the one gasket off because it wasn't working too well. It's still got an O-ring. It ain't leaking anymore since the other day, and I've been keeping an eye on it. I ended up doing some drilling on this frame. As you can see right there, you can see the slit that I cut out for the choke and throttle cable to go through. Right there I cut some out for the front bolt mount, but I need to move it up just a smidge because it's not quite where I need it to be. There is one on the other side too. I do need to do some cleaning up on them both. You really can't get to that one, so I'm not going to worry about the one on the other side. I'm worried about this one though. I was sitting there thinking, I think it might be possible our variator needs to be adjusted. Is there a way, if I was to turn this, the motor doesn't turn the belt. You can tighten it down on there to try and get it to turn. Let me do that here quick. Set you down. You can get the motor, the belt, tight on here. Even that's not tight. Oh, it is, but it's still not going to turn over. As I can demonstrate, let me grab my key. But even like that, it's still not going to turn it over for whatever reason. It puts a load on the motor. Watch, ready? See, it didn't even turn it over. So, whatever reason, it's not turning it over. I have my suspicions. I think the belt the variator just needs to be adjusted because it was fit for a Tecumseh. So that's probably what the whole problem is. I do need to get underneath of it though, and I do need to find out where the engine mounts are and get that one up front drilled. I'm glad I put the mount in up here, the hole, because now the motor is level. As you can see, it's not sitting on the linkages anymore. I know you guys probably want to hear this thing run. Let me put you guys up in the stand and I'll get this thing started over and we can sit here and listen to it. Are you guys ready to hear this thing go? We're going to push the brake to turn the motor a little bit faster and easier. Let me turn on. I don't think the gas is on. I think I might have shut it off. Yeah, I think I did. Open it up all the way. I don't see anything. I guess we might be alright. Choke is hooked up. I hooked up choke. Throttle is there. I need to adjust it some more. Ready? You know what? I remember having a problem yesterday. It didn't get the spark. It is very weak. I think the deal is with that. Let's see if... Yeah, I remember when we started having issues with spark. See if that would do it. That's coming off of its, I think I just figured out what the deal is. That's starting to come off. Let's see if we can get this to go back on. Can't get it. I don't want to pull it. Getting better spark now after screwing with it, so I think that might be our issue, because that's loose. I can't get it. It won't go on any further. This one here is power. not remember what I needed to do. There was something. I'm trying to find the wire that goes to that. That's on all the way. That coil might have went out on us. Let me sit here and mess with it for a little while and I'll see if I can figure it out. My fuel shutoff was turned off. Want to see how low it'll idle? Air filter messed up my fuel adjustment. Tell you what, good little engine. For those who are wondering, it was getting spark earlier. My fuel shutoff was turned off. Let me open the door. I think when I put that air filter back on, it messed up my fuel mixture because I didn't have this adjusted. Damn it. I didn't have it adjusted for air filter. So let me turn this out some, maybe in. Right there. Ready? Let's see if it'll idle better a little bit. Ready? Still have it idle kind of low. Idle that up some. Man, Michael, don't you wish your engine ran as good as mine? Or your 216 ran as good as mine? Or even 210? Sounds like an old Honda. One of them old Honda motorcycles. Wish we could drive it. I tested the alternator on it. It's charging just fine. It's getting up to 10 volts. That'll down a little bit. Small bit too high. Now it's not. I think we're about ready to go on ahead and put the hood back on it. What do you guys think? Hood back on it, get it all buttoned up, try and figure out why it won't drive. And I would say we've got it done. Well, actually, no. I just shut it off so I didn't have to talk over it. The one thing that we do need to do is we need to engineer something for the throttle cable to hold on to hold it in one spot, because as you noticed, it don't throttle, it don't have very much throttle response at all. If this was down more, it would. Like right there, I would say. So we need to put something like what's on the 73 right here to hold it. That'll hold it right where we want it. Just a matter of how do I want to put it. You know? We could also, I was also considering zip tying it to this or moving this over here. Well, I don't think that would, I don't think that would work. We need to find some kind of bracket we can use for that. It'd be nice if we could do what they did on the 73, put a thing right here to hold the throttle cable in. I don't think I have one of those mounts though. I'd have to order one probably, or order a few of them. Other than that, I've got the choke cable linkage done. Everything on here is done and ready to go. We just got to figure something out for that throttle. It should throttle up a lot higher than it does. What's this? Oh, it's good. Oh great, look what I just found on the floor. That could go to anything on here. I don't think it does. It might be for something else I had. Oh, that's out of that push start button. Cool. Trying to think of what we want to do now. I want to pull the muffler off and put the points cover on, but here's our problem. The muffler's hot right now, and I don't know if I'd be able to fit the points cover in there or not. We may just leave it alone. We'll see. I don't plan on it. I do have another points cover for it, though. We do need to diagnose. I need to find some of these shutoffs that don't leak. Because for God knows what reason, all my fuel shutoffs leak. I have not ran into one before that has not leaked. I do have a whole horde of them, but this one over here, I don't know if it leaks or not. I think we're just about ready to go on ahead and put the hood supports on it. Put them hood supports on it. Shut the gas off. Put the hood supports on it. Put the, because I don't want it draining gas all night. No wonder it wasn't dripping when I came out here. It dripped all the gas out. That's why it was empty. What do we want to do here now? So we need to make a shopping list. We need to put some kind of thing on there for the throttle. I think that's just about it. We need to put the hood back on. We need to get our headlights all wired back up. We need to do something. The tail lights don't work for whatever reason now. I think I'll have to play with them. It's probably because the front ones aren't wired. What was that? Oh, I must have had some fuel in the exhaust or in there. Trying to think of what we could do. Idle's nice now after messing with that. It was running too rich, meaning it was getting too much gas. Once it started, you want it to run lean. Not too lean, but just a little bit lean, and it was running kind of lean right there. I'm trying to picture everything I've got up in the hoard, and I'm trying to think of what we could do. I had an idea of, if I have another one of these brackets upstairs, we could grab it, take this off, put it underneath this one, have it go down, stretch it out somehow to hold this. That's my thinking right now on what we could do here. I'm still kind of not sure what I want to do here. We need to find a way to hold this down. I really like the idea of having it right there, but that's pulling on it. I don't know if it would be a very good idea. So that's where we're at for right now. I wonder if this condenser down here is any good. We'll play with that. I don't want to mess with it because it ties into this. Let me go upstairs and look in the hoard here fast and see if I have one of those pieces I'm looking for or not. So I was digging through the hoard and I found a few pieces, and I think that I had an idea for them both, and we're going to try them out. Let me show you our options. This is option A. This is option A right here. As you can see, it's already bent kind of to hold a cable. We just crimp it in some more, and it may hold it. Or option B, I found this. We put this in like that. It'll go underneath the fuel pump. If I can fit it in there, it'll go underneath the fuel pump. We may end up grinding a little bit of this off here at the edge, but this can hold onto the throttle cable and it'll hold it in place. And if I need to adjust it, it comes right out. I think it comes right out the side. Should, hopefully. But I'm also considering bending it down, bending it into maybe a, how much of an angle did I say I wanted to bend this in? I'm considering bending it into a, I think it was, I don't remember, but I'm thinking of 25-degree angle. I was considering doing that too, so that it won't be straight into this, it'll come out some, meaning it'll give this some playroom, some room to be out here and do whatever it wants. I also want to try and put this line up in front of the pump, not behind it. I want to bring this out. That's something else I want to do, but I don't think I can, so we're going to work with what we've got for right now. And what we've got is this and that other piece I showed you. We'll move this up and we'll try to pull the bottom. We're going to pull this bolt right here. Oh wow, first one. Where is my, let me grab my special tool. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's see. Right here. Can you see? I think you can. Let's try. There we go. Give it a turn. We're just going to pull the bolt out, or we can notch that like I said. I don't want the pump coming off. That's what I'm more or less worried about. I just don't want that pump coming out. Just keep turning it. I don't think it will because the other one is tight. Let's see if it wants to. I can't believe I grabbed the correct one first try. Ready? There we go. Let's get this out of here. There's no washers on there? No. Good. Okay. Let's see if this will. Oh, good. It will. Let's grab another one of these from here that doesn't have that ball tip. Like that, because that makes it, there we go, that'll hold on to it a little bit better and make it a smidge easier to put back in. There we go. Oh, that's not gonna turn. That's great. I guess I should have put it in there. How long is this going to take to find? I'm considering going up and grabbing a washer for it. I really am. I might need it. One of you want to grab one up front and grab me a washer for this? That'd be nice. No? I gotta do it myself? Wow. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Look at that. Move that out of my way. Let's do this. I'm gonna pull this out of here. Come on now. Come out of there. There we go. I have a feeling we're gonna have to put a new Z-bend in that here soon. That one looks kind of rough. I'm gonna have to order a Z-bend tooler. I know a YouTuber who sells them. I just haven't had the chance to go on there and get one. Oh, fuck. Great. Okay, well, apparently I didn't plan that through. Let's see about bringing it out of here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna bend this a little bit and I'm gonna flip this nut around. Once I do that, I'll be right back. Okay, I ended up putting a bend in this, like I said. We're gonna put it in and it's gonna face out, some like that. I may end up putting... Okay, so let's go on ahead and see. Well, it works, but it don't work at the same time. Get this in here. Oh, we don't even need to right now. Let's get this bolt in. Let me run up front here quick and I'm gonna go grab a washer for this and also swap out you guys' batteries. So I'll be right back. Wasn't able to find another a washer for this, so hopefully it will be okay without one. Where did I put that piece? There it is. Let's try putting that in. We know it'll work. It's a matter of getting it to wanna. Hopefully. I'm hoping it'll work out in my favor. Fuck. Okay, everybody, I got that all hooked up. I flipped that clamp around and I stuck it on there. I tightened it all down. Everything's tight. It moves really well, a lot better than it did. I'm hoping, first off, before I forget, I had better put this fuel line back on the pump. That kind of, I don't think it's necessary for it to run well, but you kind of need it. Put that back on too. There we go. Let's see if this thing will run. No placing bets. I don't want to hear anybody betting. Get this tight and opened up. Oh boy, look at that. That's how you know it's got fuel. Ready? You want to try throttling it? Okay. That sounds just like the 73. I'll let up some. I think I'm going to leave it like that. That actually runs really good. Pretty good auto response too. Cool. What do you guys want to do next? think we're going to have to bring this right here down for the manual PTO if we want to mow with this thing. It was sparking away. I think all it was doing was it was getting caught on this arm. Now maybe it won't as bad. But I think that bolt's going to have to come down a little bit that the manual PTO arm goes to, as you can see. I'm not quite sure where it's at on that one around back, but if I'm correct, it needs to be right where this is. Maybe a little bit higher. So I guess we're going to be doing some more fatal adjustments. I personally don't think it should be right there, but you never know, I guess. You never know until you find out. So that was nice for what it is. For those of you who are wondering what motor this is actually a 10 horse. Like what's on a T10, it's a 10 horse Kohler. I kind of think it's a 12. But the spark plug's in a different spot than the ones are in the 12s, I think. I'd have to look. But we'll find out. Open the doors. Memorial Day is coming up. That means summer. So Memorial Day is actually tomorrow for those of you watching this now. I think, when's this video going up? I think this video is going up on Sunday. So, let's see here. If this video goes up on this Sunday, that's Memorial Day. Or the day after, it's Memorial Day. If it doesn't, it goes up next Sunday, then it's a week after Memorial Day. Just to give you the range of what when I'm filming right now. This ain't actually day of. This is, what's today? Today's Saturday, so tomorrow would be Sunday for you guys. I guess tomorrow is Sunday. We're gonna do 2 videos tomorrow. Actually, I'm not sure which video is gonna go up first. We're gonna do 2. Just because why not? I'm looking it over, trying to see if any obvious stuff's going on other than that gas leak right there, which we do need to fix. Other than that, though, I don't see anything, so I'm debating whether I want to play with this variator. What do you guys think it could be? I'm going to let you guys tell me. I'm not going to mess with it just yet. Do you think the variator needs to be adjusted? Is that why the belt's on there slipping? I've been considering grabbing another belt off the board and putting it on there. We'll see. So that's where we're at for right now. Let's see if we can get this to tighten up. I'm really... tell you. Fully put it in gear. Ready? Thought of something. Let's put it up on the forklift and we'll see what's going on with it underneath. Okay, so we've got her up in the air. Let's take a look under here and see what we've got. That's stiff. That's weird. What the? Oh. I wonder if that's our problem right there. Look at that. I didn't even notice that until just now. Well, we better pop the clutch, I guess, and see. Let me unlock the thing real fast. Let me lock the brake. I didn't even notice that until just now, to be completely honest with you. Let's see. I'll bet you that's probably what our problem is right there. And what I think it was, the variator needed adjusted. Let me do this. Okay, so I just fixed that. Let's see if that solves our problem. I kind of feel bad now for not seeing that. Whoops. Let me bring this thing back down on the ground and we'll take a look over it again. What would you guys do if that wasn't actually the problem and you still got another issue with it? I'll bet you that's probably why it was so rough to spin. Let's see, where's the key? That's probably why I didn't want to spin over at all earlier. Because I noticed I tried pushing it and the thing wouldn't go. It wouldn't move the motor over or anything. Damn. Let's see, will it? The belt's moving. Let's see if we can drive it off here. I'm gonna put you guys in the tripod. We'll try driving it off. Make sure to turn the gas on before I forget. Second gear. Ready? You're kidding me. Yeah, I guess that variator wanted to be adjusted. A lot better than before. Feels good to finally be driving the old 68 again. What do you guys want to do first? Should we put the that's looking quick. Should we go on ahead and throw the hood back on it? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start buttoning it back together. We're going to get it all back to how it should be, and then we're going to take it out. We'll do some driving. We'll see how it does. I adjusted the variator. Let's try driving her out. my variators wore out. Okay everybody, so I drove the 68 around for a while. We took it back and forth up around the house, back here. And I ran it for about an hour. I don't see any new oil, so that's good. I ran it for a while and I drove it back. And it does really good. Needs a new coil though, I notice. Because when you throttle it, well, when you idle it, it does the smoking and all that. That's because that coil needs to be replaced. It has something about the coil, because you can adjust the carburetor where it runs good, throttle it up, and it won't pick up throttle like it should. So, and also when it started stalling out earlier, as you guys all probably heard it, I was running over bumps and a couple of my connections are loose. So, needs a new coil, like I said. And I'm pretty sure once we put a new coil on it, it should work a lot better. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on ahead and end this video here. We'll go on ahead and we'll button her back together in the next video. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Okay, false alarm you guys. I decided we're not going to end the video. What we are going to do is I'm just going to go on ahead and put the hood supports on it in this video, because it needs, the variator needs to be looked at and worked on. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. So we're going to hold off on that project for now. We're just going to go on ahead and finish this, I guess. And once we get the hood on it, we should be able to get her all done. So let me put you guys in time lapse and we will get to it. Okay everybody, as you can see, we've got her all buttoned back together. I want to thank you guys for watching. 97% of you guys who watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you like to see stuff like this and want to see more, go on ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the like button, because it tells YouTube that I do a really good job at what I do and you guys enjoy watching. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. I think next video we will be working on either this or something else.